this isn't breaking news for Michigan football fans, but it should be good news. A month ago, it was announced that Jim Harbaugh signed a contract extension with Michigan. The news came after a roller coaster couple of weeks for the Maize and Blue faithful, after it was announced that Jim Harbaugh was linked to many different NFL jobs, including the Dolphins, the Raiders, and for some reason, the Minnesota Vikings. The news sparked extreme reactions from fans and skeptics alike, with some fans saying that Harbaugh's behavior was tantamount to betrayal to the university. One Twitter user even went so far as to say that Harbaugh should have been fired the moment he stepped off the team plane. Before I offer my opinion on these events, however, let's first take a look at the contract. Jim Harbaugh contract. Michigan extends coach through 2026 season, raising deal to $36.7 million by Shahan Jayaraja from CBS Sports. Apologies if I mispronounced your name. Quote, Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh agrees to a new 5-year, $36.7 million contract with the Wolverines. The new deal marks Harbaugh's return as one of the highest paid coaches in college football. But not anywhere close to being even just in the top 5. Harbaugh is set to make $7.05 million in 2022. For comparison's sake, Ryan Day, Ohio State head coach, is guaranteed to make $7.6 million. James Franklin is guaranteed at $7 million, and Mel Tucker is guaranteed a baffling $9.5 million annually, currently making him the second highest paid college football coach behind LSU's Brian Kelly. Now, I know a lot of people are scratching their heads wondering why in the world Michigan would dare trust Jim Harbaugh after flirting with the NFL again. To that, I must say, haven't we all wondered if the grass is greener on the other side? After all, this isn't the 1900s anymore. Michigan isn't the only destination program. It is now one of many programs of high enough caliber to almost guarantee any player or coach a spot or at least a chance in the NFL. Of course, that depends on performance, and Harbaugh's performance to this point has been good enough. It makes sense that Harbaugh would be linked to so many jobs in the NFL. After all, he's already NFL tested. He's been to the Super Bowl and could probably get there again, and probably in short order at that. There are also rumors that Harbaugh's family didn't exactly love the Michigan weather. I totally get that. The winters here can be brutal. So you can understand why Harbaugh would at least flirt with an NFL team. Given his age, it may in fact have been his last chance to do so. I'm not entirely sure why that team had to be the Minnesota Vikings in the end, but whatever. But that's the name Harbaugh's built for himself. His stock rose dramatically this past season, so if Michigan wanted to keep him, they were going to need to be okay with him taking another look at his options. It actually speaks volumes about the culture of Michigan football that Harbaugh had a shot at the NFL and yet decided to come back to Michigan. I understand he was never formally offered the job, but I wonder if that's because the NFL didn't want him or because he knew in his heart that he wanted to stay at Michigan. Maybe I'm sentimental, but either way, I don't know that we'll ever know for sure, at least not until the next John Bacon book comes out. In the end, Jim Harbaugh did nothing wrong. At least nothing the rest of us wouldn't have. He's not a traitor. He's a great football coach with high stock value. And for those fans who think that he should have been fired for this, why don't you keep that in mind the next time you're thinking about moving on to a better job? We all have to do what's right for ourselves and for our families. And sometimes that means moving on, even if the job we have is pretty great. And Michigan is a pretty great job. But alas, as the old saying goes, it's not personal, it's just business. And college football is absolutely a business. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like and be sure to subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time.